Alright, welcome back to another Embrace Destiny video, everyone. Today's video is episode 3 of our Girlfriend Plays Destiny series. We are continuing to push back the darkness and learn a little bit more about the fallen threat. I believe this mission is called Restoration. It's probably the second mission you play in Destiny. And yeah, I'm excited to get into it. So at this point, my girlfriend's played maybe an hour, maybe two of Destiny, and as a reminder, she's fairly new with controllers and twin stick shooters and stuff like that. So it's been really interesting to go back to the beginning of Destiny and also to kind of go back to the beginning of the gameplay and the story and even just the mechanics. So a lot of these videos we kind of learn a little bit from each other here as we're playing. Here I am showing my girlfriend how to actually access your mission. When you bring up your ghost, you can usually the direction of your the object of your mission is displayed and put on the radar. And I thought that these first couple of missions were interesting, allowing you to kind of explore not only the Cosmodrome and the world, but, a lot of people complained about the story of Destiny. It was kind of mixed and rehashed and spliced together at the end, but I thought this was a fairly interesting approach to, you're brought back from the dead, essentially, and you are trying to basically, these first missions are about getting yourself ready to push back the darkness. In this mission, you're looking for a kind of a warp drive for your ship. Bit of a weird comment is that bringing up your ghost to see your mission objective or to go to orbit is a different thing than just deploying your ghost. For example, what we just saw a few moments ago where my girlfriend needed to deploy her ghost to scan that ship. It's a little bit of a disconnect. The same result is approached in two different ways, and you have to remember which one is which, and it still throws people off. In later parts of Destiny, you're able to scan the environment, but you don't do that by bringing out your ghost using the menu button. But anyway. As you can see, my girlfriend just suffered her first death in this mission. It's very easy to get yourself turned around when you're first starting out this game. The radar system is fairly well developed. Bungie basically used the same one, the motion tracker system that they used in Halo. But when you're not used to it, it can be quite confusing. And but we're seeing a bit of an improvement here. My girlfriend's shown some improvement over just moving, strafing, aiming down the sights. It's nice to see. I spent a lot of time in the first few episodes kind of side seat driving, as it were, telling her how to do this and do that. And in these later videos, I'm trying to take a step back and just kind of point out a thing here and there, stuff like that. So in this mission, you have landed in the Cosmodrome, you've scanned a ship, and you've determined that there's a nearby, basically a data relay station, which is what she's investigating right now. It's quite a long mission, actually. I had to break this up into several videos because you go to about 4 or 5 different key locations for the mission, which I think is interesting. So we're seeing a bit of an improvement here on using the grenade, stuff like that. Sometimes my girlfriend gets confused between the for the Xbox controller, it's left bumper or left trigger. Now this is kind of cool. So here you deploy your ghost, he connects to the network, and you see a map of the Cosmodrome. Now when I first started playing this game, I thought, oh, this is great. There's a map in the world that you can reference, and there should probably be one in your menu or your inventory or something, right? But unfortunately not. Destiny does this a couple of times where they reveal a map, a physical, like, in-game map that you can look at and you can kind of get an idea of where you are. But then there's no actual in-game map that you can use to figure out where you need to go. All the patrol routes, all the territory, it's basically one big loop with a couple of side extensions. So in a way, there's no real need for a map, because if you just keep following the road, you'll find where you need to go. But I like the idea of there being a map that you can look at physically represented in the game, but also something you can access. A lot of games, they give you a map, and they don't really, there's no reference to it in the game. So, still getting used to the radar and stuff like that. Trying to figure out which way to go, where the objective is. I actually kind of took control of the game at this moment because I wanted my girlfriend to learn a little bit more about jumping. Now you may wonder to yourself, why jumping? Why is that so important? Why am I talking about it? Why do we take a moment to stop and look at it? Well, I noticed that my girlfriend almost never jumped. And there were times when she would get stuck on a piece of rebar or a rock or even an enemy. And as a Titan, especially in this game, jumping is very important. The different classes have a completely different type of jump maneuver. So the Titan, as you can see here, has a kind of a jetpack. You jump, you push the jump button in the air again, and you get an upward lift, and it can carry you for a short distance. The Warlock jump is a glide. You jump, and in the apex of your jump, you push the button again, and you kind of slowly descend back down to the ground. Whereas the Hunter has a classic video game double or triple jump, depending on the equipment that you're using. So you jump, you push the button again, you get lifted up. Undoubtedly, the Titan jump is probably the best, I think. It provides the most maneuverability, it provides the most opportunities for different types of movement, and something that big-time Destiny fans know about is it opens up the opportunity for something called Titan skating. So I talked about that in an earlier video, and we can talk about that in later videos, but basically the boost that the Titans have with their jump can actually be used for lateral speed and movement, which is pretty fantastic. So here we are. I'm just trying to show my girlfriend a little bit about how the jump works. Basically, anytime you're falling, you can hit the jump button in the air and slow yourself down. Now, I did not do that here as an example to show her what the regular falling speed was. And I just found it really interesting that she never jumped at all, and I always want to jump. Every game I get into, I try to find out if there's a jump button. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy it. Anyway, that concludes our video for today. Thank you for taking the time to check it out. My girlfriend's learned a little bit more about moving and jumping through the world, and we look forward to the next video where we complete this mission.